Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Texas Rider in the
Hello,
house.
people.
Oh, let me get my beer
Here
here.
we
Ready?
go.
Oh yes,
Bottoms up.
sweet, nice. Cheers up, cheers up. What a wonderful day it was in Texas. We
Same
had an
here,
awesome-
man. It was beautiful today. It was 60 degrees here.
Well, here it was like 69, 69. Oh, nice.
Well, but you know. Yeah, no, it was wonderful. And earlier this week, both me and Chance went on a ride around Utah Lake, and it was nice, man. Just so nice to be back on the road.
Yeah, I couldn't get any better than that, man. It was really nice here. We had a nice little back roads ride, and and the weather was just perfect.
That's great. Can't ask for anything more, right?
That's right, man. That's right, for sure.
Yeah,
Let's
spring
see
is
what we have in the
spring is
chat.
upon us.
Nobody in the chat. So we'll
Yeah,
get
That's
we
it.
don't need anybody. We just talk about
yeah,
something.
it's just like we do on when we bullshit anyway. We talk.
Right?
We'll talk off subjects and everything else. So
Oh yeah, we never. Yeah, whatever.
we don't. I mean, we do follow something every once in a while, but
We try. We start on a path. It's just
And we make a hard left turn.
yeah, exactly.
Right,
Hard left and then a hard right.
And then up. And while we went down,
And once in a while, we even get back on the same damn road at the end.
Yeah, sometimes.
by the way, and you know that they changed that. You can no longer say it's Mr. Potato Head.
Oh no.
No, they just made it Potato Head. Okay. But they did come out with a new potato head of Kamala Harris.
Oh no!
It's called Idaho.
Idaho or Idaho? Oh, shit.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness. So what's on the agenda today, guys?
Well, I think we're just going to talk about some rides that we did or we're going to do. Some of the stuff we did in our garages. The stuff we always start out with.
Yeah, always, man. Well, we'll start with you, Dwayne. So did you well, I think last time I don't know if you talked about that bike that you just
That I
bought or not.
I don't
Yeah.
remember either, but I can always recap because it's not a
Yeah,
lot
that's
that
cool.
long. So,
Yeah.
so I bought a man. I don't even know what year it is. I have to go look. I think it's an 82.
Oh,
An
nice.
82 GS 1100.
Okay. We got the bargain effect in the house. What's going
Hey,
on?
Tommy, what's up?
Bargain effect.
First one here in the chat.
Yeah, so I did buy that GS 1100. I got it for $300. It did run. We drove it up onto the ramps and everything. It's ugly as hell. Oh my god, it's ugly.
Oh, is it?
But
What color is it?
it runs really good, actually. It was the guy's daily driver, and he decided he was going to sell it. He wanted 7 for it. I told him, I'll give you 3. And he's like, well, no, not yet. And then later that day he called me back and said, well, somebody just gave me a Honda Goldwing. So yeah, I'll sell it for $300.
Damn. Man, you always get the good deals.
Yeah, I came down and I look at it. I'm like, oh, and he even said in the ad, it runs, but it's ugly.
Yeah.
And I get down there and yeah, he's not mistaken. It is ugly.
Damn.
But
You have a picture of it?
no,
Hey, you need to post it on the TX Rider Facebook page.
I'm so shitty about that.
I
I
noticed
will
that.
take a picture here in a minute while you guys are talking about something else. So,
Yeah, you can bring it up.
but yeah, it's ugly. It's got ugly ass hard travel bags that are just beat up. It's got I don't even know. The paint job's got flames on it. So, and it's but it runs really good. So
That's good.
So yeah, I bought that. I don't know if it was last week or the week before. And actually, I just put it on the back porch because I was like, okay, I've got the S40 and I've got the Yamaha Radian that I need to get done, ready to sell, and then I can work on that. I'm not even going to start another project till I finish the other 2. So
nice.
today I got the Radian, the 86 Radian. I got it all put back together. I synced all the carbs. checked all the air fuel ratios and got it ready to go. So it's ready to go now. And then the S40, I put a dirt bike carburetor on it, so I had to do some major jet changes, and got that running pretty good. So
Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
Are you gonna sell those or?
yeah, those are the two that I'm gonna sell.
Okay.
And then I haven't really worked on ammo a whole lot because I'm trying to push to get these other two done because spring's coming.
Yeah,
And,
I know.
I want to sell them when spring comes.
You probably won't be in the garage too much if it's
Right.
not weather out there.
I hope not. Right. So. All right. So, James, did you even look at your Sportster?
Well, I had to look at it when I brought my bike out of the garage, and then I looked at it when I was driving it in, so I won't run into it.
So what is an ex-girlfriend of yours that you really hated? That you just really couldn't. It's horrible. Because that's what you obviously need to name this Sportster.
I probably should, huh?
Yeah, give it zero attention, man.
That's right.
So
I need to start working on it, and I need some room in my garage. So I haven't decided. I mean, I was kind of throwing the idea around that I was gonna keep it, but then I got to the point where if I have two bikes, that one's just gonna probably sit in the garage, even though it runs.
yeah.
I'll just ride that one. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think you should write it out here, and then I'll buy it from you.
There you go. Perfect.
See, you write it out. I'll buy it, and then you can walk home or fly home, whatever you got to do.
I'll probably end up flying home. I mean, that's the only bike I have.
Oh,
Well, trailer, how's that?
so
With some Momo whims.
There you go.
so well,
What about you?
I had I've got the Callahan custom chopper for sale. I've had 4 or 5 people ask me about it. Nobody been really serious, but then I had this guy offer me 3 motorcycles to trade for it.
Oh, you did?
He offered me an 05 Softail, Harley Softail.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
He offered me a Honda Bobber that you know what those are. They've been cut up, stuff like that. And he offered me, I think it was either a Suzuki or Yamaha crotch rocket type.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I went down to League City. That's where they were at. It was in League City. So I went down to, actually they were in Bay Cliff, which is a little bit further. So I went down there and I looked at him. Well, the guy is a bandito.
Okay.
So anyway, we were talking and stuff like that. And I looked at the one bike at the shop where it was at. And then the bike that he rode up on, well, it didn't have a cushioned seat. It had a hardtail seat.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
In other words, it was a piece of not angle iron, but diamond plate,
Rebar? Like rebar kind of stuff?
and no padding.
None at all.
None. And then, that's when you're really a badass biker, is when you don't need any padding.
Yeah,
And
that's
then,
the way to say
and
it.
then so I looked at it, and it looked like all 3 bikes looked like they'd been rode hard and put up wet. The tank on the Softail, it looked like it had been painted with graphite, spray on graphite. And he was talking about, well, that's almost bulletproof. And
Oh, just you try to ride that thing.
looks like bulletproof.
Yeah.
It just, none of it appealed to me, and I didn't think it was a good trade. He thinks he can get $5,000 for the Harley, and he thinks he can get $5,000 to $7,000 for the crotch rocket, and he can get $2,000 or $3,000 for the bobber. And it's like, no, maybe $3,000 he put all 3 bikes together. And so I got to thinking, I'm selling 1 bike, and I do this trade. Now I got to sell 3 bikes. So I decided, and I didn't think it was worth it.
Yeah. Oh, biker dad. I saw him. I was while I was kind of prepping for my show. I saw him in uh one of the guys I watch is called Saddle Tramp. He had like almost 140 people watching him. But Anonymous Piker was up there, and then I met this biker dad. He's from Texas too. He's like, there's a whole bunch of Texans in there, and
Damn Texans. Like I
damn
said,
Texans.
damn Texans.
So biker dad wanted to know where all you guys are from. I told him we're in Houston, or I'm in Houston. Wizards in Houston, and
Yeah, I'm in that funny, that weird,
way out there in Utah.
yeah, that weird state where all the people are weird.
You're in Never Land.
Yeah, no, that's a little further. That's California. I'm not quite there.
Never Land is Area 51 and Area 52.
Oh, there you go. In Area 53, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So you decided not to do it because it's 3 times the work to sell.
And I didn't think I could get the kind of money he was thinking about it. And so I told him, I said, look, if you can sell them up and do this, just bring me the cash and we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Yeah, put it back on him.
Yeah.
Sure.
I decided not to do it that way. So also, we had our ride today, and James and I communicate via our headsets. Well, James told me, he says, well, we're going to go straight. And
oh, man, this is funny. Oh, my goodness.
And it was in a curve that he went straight.
What do you have, were you recording at that time? Because, well, he was behind me recording for the light that we're going to be viewing. And I didn't know if you had it on at that time. So when you're going to Monaville, a small little town in Texas, kind of close to like Waller, I guess you can say, they have these real sharp turns, right? And zigzag turns, like, real nice turns that you can turn into. But there's right, the first turn you hit, you can go straight too. So you kind of have to watch the traffic. So here, okay, I think you have it right here.
I'm sharing. Do you see it?
Oh, you did record it in that section.
Yeah.
Well, rewind it back. Yeah. Okay.
All right.
So okay, right here. Okay, you see how you can go straight. You see how it gives you signs saying, okay, you're going to be making this turn, right? Because and they also light up too, because I guess there were so many people that went off the road.
All right. Are you ready? You all right. So we're going down this road.
Oh man, this is funny.
Yes. All right, we're gonna go straight. So I'm going straight. He comes there. Now watch this.
Wow.
All right, that's that. By the way, that's CJ. I got him actually out of the house.
Oh wow, nice of you.
And he's like, man, I caught some air on that one. Man. Oh, you got to rewind that again. That was hilarious.
That's a nice road to ride on, man.
Oh,
nice,
man, that's funny.
Country a little bit, nice 2 lanes.
Well, see, this is like all back. I mean, like literally all back roads. You know what I mean? Like there was hardly any cars on here.
Yeah, it looked good. That's the kind of riding I'd love to do.
And I happened to find this by myself. I was just like, I'm just kind of just going out there and exploring, and you find the best places to explore, when you're riding.
Sure.
All right, we're coming up here, I think a little bit, and you'll see some Confederate flags on the right hand side.
And if you look, there was some it looked like from a distance too, or maybe not in your
right here on the right.
Here. Oh yeah, to the right there.
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of bikes out there in the field. So I don't know if they were having some kind of get-together party or what.
Oh, yeah, I bet, Tommy. Tommy says we have some awesome riding roads here in Wisconsin.
I bet. Yeah, definitely. Because
see, we have a lot of mountain roads. We don't have a lot of 2-lane like this, flat 2-lane.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of that. We have a lot of mountain, which is beautiful. Canyon rides and stuff like that.
So where's Biker Dad from?
Shoot. He has to, I don't remember what he said because I was in and out. he was telling me, I guess there's some kind of saddle tramp, and some of the people that's on the show are gonna meet up in Mississippi. There's some kind of big camping party over there.
Oh wow. Oh, so speaking of that, I'm going on my first group ride tomorrow.
Oh
All right,
man,
you want me to go ahead and stop this, James?
yeah. I mean, you or you can just keep running it while
Yeah,
we're
you
talking.
can let it go. It doesn't
Yeah, I
matter.
mean, it's kind of cool.
Nice
All
back.
right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me a copy of that because I can just
Yeah.
put that as some kind of easy listening to.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and Chance are going on a group ride tomorrow. They have a Facebook group, so it's called Shut Up and Ride Utah. Oh,
Okay, Biker Dad is from Waco, Texas.
so
All right.
so on the website they have 81 people are planning on going.
Oh wow, that's cool.
So it'll be about, I think from here it's about 75 miles to Antelope Island. It's called the Buffalo Run. On Antelope Island, which is the biggest island in Great Salt Lake, they have.
Oh, that's where you're. I'm sorry. That's where you were talking about Wizard. How you went off. I didn't know you went
Yeah,
off the road out there.
I just made that wide turn to do my.
What happened there?
That's what I was watching too. I'm like, where the hell's he going?
I was like, man, you're trying to go off road.
I was thinking about something else, and it was like, okay, turn.
It looked like you were almost riding one of those Pan Americans, All right.
Got the scrambler, the 3-wheeled scrambler back there.
Oh, jeez. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dwayne.
So yeah, we're going to. It's called the Buffalo Run. On the biggest island in the Great Salt Lake. It's called Antelope Island. They have a huge herd. I think it's like the first or second biggest herd of buffalo in the United States. Still, that they take care of. So it's called the Buffalo Run. It's like I said, I think it's 75 miles up to the Antelope Island, and then we're doing a there and back. So
cool.
We're excited,
So, because I know you were talking about getting the communications. Have y'all gotten any kind of?
We haven't yet. No, I thought about that recently. I should be getting a bonus from my work here. We used to get them at the end of March. So I might be able to afford them then.
Okay. Have you decided kind of like what you're getting, or?
Yeah, I think we're going to go similar to what you have, the Cena, and I can't remember what Slim or Slim Black.
Ours is the Cardo.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant. Cardo.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. I think the Cenas are a little bit higher in price.
Yeah. No, the Cardo's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah. I know they have different models now and stuff like that. Some people, we can afford.
Yeah. I'll do some research and talk with you guys a little bit more, make sure that I get what I need.
On those group rides too, it also comes in handy, especially if you kind of get separated or, okay, we're going to turn here and, just kind of be aware of everything.
Right. Well, and Chance hasn't ridden around other bikers much.
Yeah.
So he wants to ride near the back, which is fine by me.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter where you are, man. So we'll probably not be caboose because we don't have any communications, but we'll be close.
Right.
Close to the back.
Well, the good thing, just kind of like an advice or whatever, everybody rides a little different. So, you're going to have a stop and go and some people.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
when you have 81, you'll probably be split up into a couple of different groups based on lights. And, you may envelope come back up, but.
Are you, is this going to be like a escorted ride or no?
No, it's just not escorted. It's not, I don't think it's that, it's not planned like that. It's not like a poker run or
the reason why I say too, because we were in small groups too that were escorted, so it all just depends on if they want to pay. What kind of fee is this? Is it like $20 or so? Or
my fee is $3, and the only reason it's $3 is because that's what it takes. Antelope Island is the state park, and that's what it takes to get on the state park. So.
Okay, so here's a question with Biker Dad. Say, hey, since I'm new to y'all's channel, can y'all tell me a little bit of what you guys ride?
Yep.
He's been doing dual sport bikes for the last 15 years, and he's kind of looking into a cruiser. He's getting older.
Well, I guess it really depends. Mine's a cruiser. Biker dad. Mine's a cruiser. Electric cruiser. The Suzuki 1400. I really like it. I guess it really kind of depends on your your
Yeah, kinda like how pockets do you want? I mean,
yeah, you can spend as much as you want.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I have a well, my first bike was the Sportster 883, which I still have in my garage, and that's what we were talking about earlier. I gotta work on it. The carburetor's been gummed up, and I have it probably disassembled for at least maybe a year and a half now. But I bought a 2019. Well, actually, let me back that up. So I had the Sportster. It's been in the garage. I kind of quit riding for a little bit, and then Wizard, who is my dad, he ended up giving me a 2000 Dyna Wide Glide, and I rode that for a little bit, and then I traded that one in for a 2019 Street Glide. And then Wizard has a 2019 Street Glide, but he has what is called the
No, mine's a 2020.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2020. So you went to Austin, Texas, and had that conversion kit in there.
Yeah.
And now it's Tilt Motorworks. Do you have a picture of
Motorworks. It's converted to
your bike on your computer?
Let me look.
You know what? Speaking of that, in that Surf and Ride website,
or Facebook or speaker down. It sounds like you're echoing again. Is what Sogita says.
Yeah, I turned mine down. I made sure.
But they're talking about there's a guy on there that has one of your lean works, whatever they're called.
Oh, Tilt
Motorworks. And I guess there's a place. I don't know if it's close here. I can't remember the name of it right now. Crossroads or something like that did that conversion for him. So.
Oh, did they? Oh, nice.
And it looks good. It looks almost exactly like yours. It probably the same kit.
I wonder if it was like.
Yeah, it probably is.
What kind of price was it? Do you know?
He didn't really say the price. It was more of somebody asked him, "Hey, where can we get this done?" So I didn't look at a price on it.
Hey, our buddy's in the house. Anonymous Biker. What's going on, man?
Oh, yep. Tommy rides an 80 Honda CX500. Nice.
1980. There you go. Anonymous is in the house. What's going on?
Very good, Anonymous. How are you? Thanks for showing up.
Welcome.
Absolutely.
Where are you from, Anonymous Biker?
So do you guys have any group rides planned in the near future?
We were just talking about, because we went after going down that road and stuff like that, we ended up going to Thirsty Perry. That's kind of like the little hangout, I guess you could say, because one of the guys that we were riding with wanted to eat and stuff. And we're literally wanting to do that Three Sisters ride in Texas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were talking about that.
For sure. So we'll, right after work, we'll drive down there on Friday, go over there, stay the night, and then all day Saturday, drive down there.
Okay. I got a picture of my bike up.
Mute him real quick and see if it's real bad.
Do what?
Can you hear it? All right, here's your picture. This is what Wizard's bike looks like right now.
That's what my three-wheeler looks like. So
originally in what?
Nice.
Reply. Current bike is a Suzuki DRZ 400. Budget is around 20. Oh wow, his budget's around.
Yeah, if you got 20K, you probably are looking more of a Harley.
Don't open any brand that's not European. Man, like Anonymous Biker, I've always liked Indians too. Indians or there's a lot
Indian or Harleys.
Depending on how fancy you want it. Do you want a GPS radio when the dad? Do you want a flaring, or do you want navigation, or just depends on kind of like what you want. You want saddlebags? You can get it. You can go with the Dyna.
Well, if he wants something newer, if you want something newer, probably something like you have. A Street Glide is around that 20K. And so if you want something a little older, then like
there
you
you go.
White
He's
Clyde.
leaning, he's leaning toward an Indian bobber. Yeah,
I
that's
didn't.
good. That's a good one.
I didn't think it was my mic. It sounds like it might be Dwayne's.
Hold on, I'm gonna mute yours real quick, Wizard. Okay.
Yeah,
Is this a mic check?
I don't hear any.
I don't hear any echoing. I'm gonna mute mine real quick. Hold on. You got.
So is there an echo here?
I don't hear an echo. Do you hear one?
I don't think so. Well, yeah. Actually, I do. I do hear an echo.
I'm not hearing an echo.
Well, it sounds like more like a womp womp box.
Yeah, exactly. A womp womp.
I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah. No, we'll get through it.
Yeah.
So ran over by a truck. That's good. That's good right there.
Does it sound like?
No, it's not like. It sounds like this. Yeah. Wow, wow, wow.
It went away when Wizard was muted.
Oh, it was you, Wizard.
Yeah, I guess.
You're running the audio here.
Well, Biker Dad, I mean, we actually had a show that we talked about the Indians, and they do have a nice lineup of bikes. I mean, they are good looking.
Is that better?
Well, hold on, we got to talk. Yeah, there you go.
Better?
A little bit, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. What was it last show that we went over the 2021s, I think, or show before that?
Yeah, we went over the Indians, and they do have some beautiful
really nice
bikes. Absolutely,
I mean, they're both good, you know. I would I was telling Wizard, I wouldn't mind owning as a second bike, just to try it out at an Indian, or even go on one of those ride days where you can kind of test the bike out and
compare
the two.
What's funny is it's funny that you should say that. Let me see if I can find it in the Facebook post. But there was a guy that had an Indian that had been converted to a 3-wheeler like mine.
Oh wow, that would be cool.
There you go. You need to show that. That's cool.
That would be neat.
Let me see if I can find it.
Holy cow!
Oh yeah, Bargain Effect says that sounds better. So it must have been your speakers must have been.
Yeah, your speakers must have been up a little high or something.
I turned them way down.
No, you're good now. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
So his DRZ was run over by a truck. Huh, Biker Dad? That's not good. Are you okay?
Man, if you want to, because what I do too is I put the link out there for anybody to come on and kind of tell stories and stuff like that. If I don't know if you're interested today, or maybe even you want to
throw it up. Why not?
If you want to come on next week, or I'll put the link. I always put the link up there anyway. So
where is it?
The what?
Where's the link?
Oh, I'm getting there. Man.
Oh,
I'm getting there.
I thought you meant at the top. I thought because you can.
Oh, I didn't. This is the first. Yeah, this is the first time I put the link in today. So.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was looking for it. Where the hell is it?
I normally put the link in, and I haven't this time. So there's that link for somebody to come on if they wanted to come and say hi, or.
Oh yeah, come on in.
Yeah, but I want to. I like to do those demo days. That's kind of cool. Especially on the new Harleys. It's kind of crazy how they went from the hydraulic clutch, like we talked about last week, to the standard.
The cable clutch.
Clutch now. And I've just, because I've rode the Sportster, so I kind of have an idea, like, okay, this is going to be a little different than my hydraulic one,
Right. Yeah, hydraulic ones are a lot easier to pull, but I mean, with fluid, you always have a chance of it leaking, and with a cable, man, it's the cable in, the cable to the clutch.
Cable one is that it end up snapping on you at any time,
Okay. I have the picture of the Indian up.
Oh man, that's cool.
Oh man, that is beautiful.
So that's
good to hear, Biker Dad. Somebody ran over
he wants $20,000 for it. It's a 2017 Indian Chieftain, and it only has 219 miles on it.
Well,
it has a heated reduced
me up.
RNS lowering shocks. And he also has the stock front end engine guards that he'll give you with it. So
that's the thing is, like yours was like 18,000, right, for the front end conversion?
No,
Just-
20,000.
Okay,
just-
20,000.
20,000. So right there, if that's the same conversion, you're already ahead on that bike.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. No, that's a good looking
That's
bike.
worth
too.
it.
that is
There you
good
go,
looking.
biker dad. There's your $20,000
Dragon-
with an Indian and a
Dragonfly.
three-wheeler.
Dragonfly Stan says hi. Hey, what's going on?
Yep. Yeah, we found you your bike, biker dad. 20
There you
grand,
go.
an
All in
Indian
one.
and a three-wheeler, all in one bike.
Dragonfly says there's a small Indian bike called a mini haha.
Mini haha or mini baja. Sweet.
So
That's nice.
that's a good looking bike.
20K. I wonder how he's getting away selling it for 20. I mean,
He's losing money.
yeah, he has to be losing a lot of money.
He's losing $20,000 on it basically.
Yeah, the price of the bike.
Uh,
Holy shit.
And
I
it's
wonder
like-
why he's trying to get rid of it so bad.
Yeah, it's almost like
health
he's
re-
thrown in.
the health reasons for him, I believe.
Well, I tell you what, though, he must have some money just to throw out the window like that.
No doubt.
I mean, I know with these times, with the pandemic and people not at work, so I bet it's kind of hard to maybe sell something like that right now. I mean, I don't know, but
Yeah.
hey, okay, hold on, biker dad's coming in.
Oh, cool.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, yo, how you guys doing?
How you doing?
Doing
Good
well.
to see you,
good.
man.
Hey,
What's
I'm sorry.
up, Biker Dad?
What's
Glad
up?
to see you.
Likewise. I'm sorry I'm outside. You guys don't mind that I'm having a cigarette, do you? Or
Oh no.
hey, look. I mean,
That's
look at this.
fine.
We
That's
got we
cool.
got beer on live here. You know.
You got a beer in front of you?
no, I got some sweet tea.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, well
That
that
works.
works too. You
I
must
got
be you must be from Texas.
Well, I
Yeah,
am
you-
now in Texas.
And Waco.
Well, the people that did my TW conversion, Tilting Motorworks conversion, TMW conversion, they did that in Round Rock.
Really? Well, I'm
Yeah.
actually new to. I'm actually new to Texas. I just my family and I we moved from Oregon,
Okay.
wow.
and
I bet you're glad you did that.
well, I don't know how where I'm new to this channel, so I don't know where you guys stand politically. This is where I stand.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
man.
Oh.
That's badass. That's where we
I-
stand.
Wait, what?
That's where.
Wait. Okay. I don't know if you heard the joke earlier, but Mr. Potato Head is no longer Mr. Potato Head. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now they have a new potato head, and it's called Kamala Harris Potato Head. They're
Oh,
calling,
man.
and they're calling it Idaho.
Yeah, that's that's a good one.
Oh man.
No.
Yep. You're right here. You're right here in the right spot. If you got a
Yeah,
Trump hat on, if you read mine, it says right here.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
It's hard to see because I'm using my cell phone.
Okay. Well, my hat says, "My rights don't end where your feelings begin."
That's awesome. No, it's we love it in Texas here because I don't know. Am I allowed to even talk about this, or I mean, is it okay to talk about it?
It's
Yeah.
open.
My wife and I were raising two children, and when we were in Oregon, what happened is one of our boys, the older one, he was in school at that time. He was 10 years old, and the teachers, he comes home one time, and he's trying to tell me about this whole, the teacher was telling him it's okay that you don't know what you are, if you're a boy or a girl, and I went in there and I did not like that, I did not like that at all. So I'm like, hey, your job is to teach. Why are you telling my son, it's okay that he doesn't know what he is? He knows what he is. God created him as a boy. He's going to become
Amen.
a man.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
so it's just little things like that. And we're like, you know what? We can't do this anymore. It's just crazy. So we just left Oregon, which, Oregon's beautiful. Like I said, I've been riding dual sports. The mountains are amazing down there. It's just gorgeous. But the politics, it's just insane.
Oh, I bet
Well,
it's crazy.
I understand where you're coming from. My wife, which is Dragonfly, her family is from the Seattle area, in Seattle, Washington. Same smell up there. It's like
Sure.
these people are so far left they can't see.
Oh yeah, and it's Seattle, California. When I was younger, before I got married, when I was in my 20s, I lived in California for a little bit, which I didn't have a choice. That's where the company sent me to work, and it was terrible. I remember one day going across to buy a burrito from a burrito truck, and I had a company shirt. It was like a red shirt, and I'm buying a burrito, and these two young, I don't know, high school kids walk up with me and they tell me, "Hey, you're on the wrong side of the street." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You can't be wearing this color on the street." And he raises his shirt like this, and he has a pistol down there, And I'm like, "Yeah, I need to get transferred back." The only reason I went back to Oregon because my family lives there, So
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
I'm
what
not
kind
gonna
of
have
what
this.
kind of what kind of work do you do?
I'm a metal fabricator.
Oh,
that's
cool.
So metal roofs, metal structure, everything. That's what I do.
Nice.
All right, fantastic. Well, you should have plenty of work down here.
Oh,
Yeah.
Texas is amazing for work for everything.
Cool thing about
Sure.
Texas too is
Well,
like you can almost
welcome
ride
to
all year
Texas.
round.
Yeah. Sorry, to say that again.
Welcome to Texas.
Well, thank you. So, may I ask you guys some question? I know Mothership Motorsports said you're from Utah, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wizard Works, where you from?
I live in Houston.
Houston and Texas
And-
Rider, you're
Yeah.
Houston as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Katie.
We haven't checked out Houston yet. My wife says she wants to go to a place called, I think it's Galveston. Is that how you say it?
Yeah,
Galveston?
that's
Yeah.
60 miles from us.
So it's not that far, right?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
I'll have to check that out.
When you guys decide to come down here and look around, let us know and we'll kind of give you a little guided tour if you'd like.
I appreciate that. It's kind of funny. The people here in Texas are so friendly. When we were driving here, we met a couple because we stayed at a hotel before we bought a house here. But before we moved into the house, we were staying in a hotel room, and we met some people from Amarillo. I don't know what they were doing here, but they were so friendly, and I'm not used to that. In Oregon, I'm not saying people are bad down there, but most of them, it's kind of, that liberal attitude, like just get out of my way. Everybody's for each other, but here they just look out. Everybody's polite. Everybody says, yes, sir. No, yes, ma'am. It's just amazing.
Well, it's Texas. The good thing is we try to help each other out. A Texan to a Texan. We don't try to fend for ourselves. Just like when we had that blackout. My neighbors I was helping them. They were helping us. It's not like we were trying to shoot each other for food.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I couldn't believe what happened with that blackout. Like nobody told me that it snows like that here.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
actually cold.
Now, have you gotten your Texas driver's license yet?
Yeah, I switched everything. Yeah.
Okay.
You know what shocked me is that there's no, you don't have to wear I'm still going to wear a helmet, but you don't have to wear a helmet on a bike here.
No. Okay. Now
I
I'm gonna
always
tell you,
do, and Richard always does, but
yeah, I'm gonna tell you something else here. I've been riding longer than you've been alive. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I started riding choppers in 1968.
Wow. Yeah,
I'm 74.
you look good. You look very good for 74. I wouldn't have said that.
All right, but now I'm gonna tell you something about Texas. Now that you have a Texas driver's license, you can carry a gun in your car 24/7, concealed.
Well,
Without a license.
Oh man. Yeah. Speaking of that, I mean, I have a gun permit because I wanted to protect myself and my family, but that's good to know now. I mean, I'll probably renew it when that time comes. I got a couple of years left, but that's good to know. I did not know that they allow that here in Texas.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you're allowed to carry
the property.
You can look it up. It's called House Bill 1815, I believe.
1815. I'll have to look that up.
1815. That's Texas House Bill 1815, and basically what it is saying your car is just like your home, that you can have a concealed handgun in your car 24/7.
Man, that's
anywhere
awesome.
in Texas.
Yeah,
And then go ahead and get your Texas handgun license, and you can carry in all the states that have a reciprocal on it. I don't think Oregon does, or I don't think Oregon is reciprocal with Texas, and
No, it's not.
I know Washington State's not.
No.
But like Colorado, Oklahoma, New Mexico, Louisiana, Wisconsin, Colorado, North Dakota, all those are reciprocal states.
Yeah, I don't know if you watched how much news you watch, but right before we left, they passed a law in Oregon legalizing drugs. I mean,
Wow, that's
I don't know.
crazy.
Yeah, it's getting to a point. It's so crazy. And if you're a law-abiding citizen, a gun owner, they also passed a law down there. For example, let's say, for example, let's say my mother-in-law is living with me at the house, right? And let's say my mother-in-law, she's not, but let's say this is an example. Let's say she doesn't like the fact that I love guns and I love America, right? She can make a phone call to the police station saying, biker dad has guns. I live with him. I don't feel safe living in this house because he has guns. They will come to your house and they will confiscate your firearms.
Oh wow, that's crazy, man.
Now,
Well, the only way they're going to confiscate guns in the state of Texas is if they come to your house and get them. And what they'll find is that most of the people here in the state of Texas will let them have their guns bullet first.
yeah, I'm going to tell you one more thing, guys, because I feel like I'm talking too much. But I originally came to this great country. So I was born during the Soviet Union times, right?
Okay.
And to come to this country, I believe that you should be able to come to this country, but you got to do it the right way, right? My family had to wait almost 10 years for a visa to get here, and we did. And down there, obviously, you said you were riding motorcycles since 1968, so you knew about Soviet Union.
Oh, yeah.
I remember as a child, I'm going to tell you this. I remember as a child staying with my grandfather in lines. This is 80s and 90s, waiting for food. Sometimes you would get food, like a loaf of bread, some coffee. And I feel like, not in Texas, but in Oregon, California, that government, it's like, it feels like communism in a way. I started to feel like I was back in the Soviet Union,
Oh, wow,
They're taking
Yeah.
your rights away. Just simple things, your opinion, anything. I remember so right before I came here, everybody was telling me, well, you don't need a 4-wheel drive vehicle in Texas. It's always sunny, blah, blah, blah. So I sold my Jeep. But right before I sold it, I had 2 American flags. Those flags that you can put in your windows? They roll
Sure.
up. They click
Yeah.
on.
Gotcha. I've got them.
So at work, I'm on break having a cigarette, and all of a sudden I see a guy trying to break. I thought he was trying to break into my Jeep. So I walk in, I'm like, hey, can I help you? What are you doing to my vehicle? He's like, those 2 flags that you have there, they offend me.
Oh,
I'm
geez.
like, they offend you?
Really? You're
yeah.
in the United States and they offend you?
I'm like, listen, I usually don't, I'm old enough. I don't pick fights anymore. I'm not 20 years old anymore. I have to have a good reason, to pick a fight, maybe protect my family or myself. But if you touch those flags again, I will break your arms. I told him that. And he looks at me. He's like, well, you're not even a real American. You're an immigrant, so you should understand how we feel. I'm like, I don't understand how you feel. I'm as American as anybody else that lives in America. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
So don't do that. So that's what I'm trying to say is, I had to leave Oregon because it started to feel like the Soviet Union. It was just is getting bad.
I understand completely, and we're proud to have you as an American. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and I want to thank you guys. I don't know if any of you guys are vets or not, but
Wizard is. And
I was in Vietnam for 26 months.
Well, thank you, sir, because if it wasn't for not just vets, but American people, I would not be able to be here, America has helped the Soviet Union. People don't want to talk about it, but during World War II, with all the food, with everything, I would not be here. And this
Yep.
country has given me everything. It has given me a wife, has given me kids, a home, everything I could imagine for.
Well, welcome to the country. Welcome to Texas. And let's put it to you this way. You're home now.
Thank you so much. And just one more thing I want to say. The bike. So I got lucky because I was not on the bike. It was parked. A guy in the truck just ran it over. I don't know if he was on the phone or what. So it's just kind of in pieces right now, and I'm dealing with the whole
Yeah.
insurance, see what's going to happen. But I am looking forward to buying a bike within hopefully the next couple of weeks. I did test a couple bikes. I do not want European bikes. No Triumphs, no Ducatis, none of that crap. I would prefer American, Japanese. I'm okay with that too, but it's down to right now either a Indian or a Harley. I don't know, maybe a Softail. I like the looks of them and they ride pretty nice. So
Yeah.
I feel like I got to go. I got to go ride more. There's a local dealer here in Waco, but there's one here in Temple as well. I might drive out next weekend or something.
The cool thing about Texas too is that you can ride. Well, you're up north, Texas, so you probably will get a lot more snow than Houston would. But it's almost Texas, like you can almost ride all year round. That's the cool thing about Texas. Just depending on where you are in Texas. Like I said, you're up a little bit north, so you might get a little bit more snow than what we would. But you probably have a lot more riding weather here than you would, in Oregon. So
And here's something for you from an old biker, and I've owned all kinds of bikes from Yamahas. I've owned the Suzuki. I've owned Harleys. I've owned the whole gamut of bikes, crotch rockets, cruisers, dirt bikes, the whole thing. When you don't just jump on the first bike you see and you like. Ride several different models and see which one fits your riding style first. You can do demo ride. You can go most any of the Harley or any of the bike shops, bike dealers will let you demo ride bikes. So I demo ride several different bikes and then decide on which one you like.
Yeah, that's good advice, and that's where I'm probably gonna do. I did the same thing with the dual sport. In Oregon, it rains and snows, mixture of both for about 8-9 months out of the year. So, if I can ride year round in Oregon in that kind of condition, I should be fine here.
Oh yeah,
sure.
You'll be fine. And when you get your bike, holler at us, and we're gonna go ride a place called sometime close to the summer. We're gonna go ride down around. Just a little bit south of San Antonio, south and west of San Antonio, a ride called the Three Sisters.
Yeah, I heard about that. I actually heard about that. There's a guy that told me about it. He lives a couple of houses down the street from me, but he's into the whole sport bikes. And he told me that I think he said it's 3 highways or something like that.
Yeah.
And he said they're all twisties, and he says. He goes out there on his sport bike, but I feel like I'm getting older there now, and I don't really want a sport bike. And the dual sport was awesome, but I just need something I want to cruise around on.
Sure. Well, take a look at the different bikes, and anytime you're here in the Houston area, holler at us, and we'll take you around, show you around, take you to the dealerships because most of the dealerships know me pretty well.
That's awesome. I appreciate that. So, can I ask you guys? You guys share this channel? I'm gonna sub after we get off. I'm gonna sub to you guys.
So what we do is I started this show. We were doing it every Saturday, but just with work and all this other stuff, we decided to do it every other
and all
Saturday.
the other stuff.
So we do it, because we have a lot going on. So I try to do it every other Saturday now. So this
Every
is
other Saturday?
So next Saturday we're not going to do it, but the Saturday after that we are.
Show him the Facebook links to our Facebook pages.
Okay.
And we also have a website called texrider.com.
Let's see.
I'll have to. Is that in your link?
He'll put the link up for it.
Yeah. So get this. We'll probably put the link in. That's so get this is my wife, and you had mentioned that your kids going to school like that. That's that particular reason right there. That and what they're teaching kids nowadays is that's why my wife and I decided to homeschool our daughter. Our daughter's 11 years old right now, and this is the first year we actually pulled her out of school, and now we're homeschooling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
By the way, see, Biker Dad, my wife's the teacher.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
And she does not subscribe to any of that nonsense. Children have no idea of what sex they are until they're 7 or 8 years old, and then they start noticing I'm a boy, you're a girl, you know.
Yeah.
But they can't say, well, a little boy can't say I'm a girl when he's 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, I put the TX Rider Facebook page on there. So what I like to do is I tell everybody that's watching the show, if you're into bikes or if you have a bike that you're working on, you're free to post pictures on there, or the bike you did ride back in the day. You can post pictures on there, just kind of like a little communication chat and kind of hang out on Facebook, and that's why I created it. So if you have a picture of your bike, you can put it on there if you want to, or a new bike that you're thinking about getting. And
that's awesome. I'll be honest with you. I did have Facebook back in the day. I'm not very what's the word? English word. I'm not very like computer
tech savvy.
I mean, I can go on YouTube. I can write an email. That's what I have to do at work. Not the YouTube part, but the email part.
Sure.
But other than that, I don't know why. I kind of keep to myself. This is the first time I'm ever actually on a live chat. This is the first.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Wow, welcome.
Glad you came on, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. So,
because I went, it's kind of hard when, we don't have that. Well, we have up to 10, 12 people at sometimes, just depending on who's on and who's not, because there's so many bike channels out there right now. And if you're on the same time that a very popular bike, like for instance, Saddle Tramp, I was kind of on there for a little bit until I started my show, but I don't go in there and publicize the show. It's not right for me to do that. Yeah. So I don't do that. I just go in there and chat with you guys while I'm setting everything up. And then you just happen to come on over and kind of hang out. But
I've seen the word Texas Rider. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to ask him, where he's from. Because I'm in Texas now, and I'm going to be looking for, I'm not saying to ride all the time, but maybe meet up. That's what I did in Oregon. There's people that were in different cities.
Once you get your bike, we might ride, like, let's say halfway or something and go, for a ride there or something.
Exactly what I was going to suggest. By the way, we're going to go, I think tomorrow, we go to church on a regular basis. And we're going to go tomorrow after church. I think we're going to go eat at a place called Trump Burgers. It's in Belleville.
That's another thing too, is if you come to Houston and it's great, we're going to try it.
Trump? Do you say Trump?
It's
Trump Burgers?
Trump Burgers.
I got to try that. We did try a place called Whataburger.
Oh, did you? What'd you think about it?
Oh, I love their Dr. Pepper shake. Wow.
It's good, isn't it?
So what do you guys do for a living? Are you well, you said you've been riding since 68, so you're either close to retirement or you're
already retired. He's been retired, right?
Yep, pretty much.
What about you, Mothership? What do you do?
I actually run a calibration lab for a company called Tektronix. I calibrate test equipment.
Nice.
Yep.
So Utah, how's the weather in Utah? You guys get snow, right?
Yeah.
So you can't ride year round, can you?
No. Actually, this year there was probably about 3 months that I couldn't ride. But it depends on how cold you can ride. I mean, it's not always snowy, but if you can ride in 20 or 30 degree weather, then you can probably ride about 10 months out of the year.
10 months.
I don't really care to drive in 20 degree weather, so I usually do 9 months or 8 months out of the year.
That's awesome. I know you guys got Moab down there in Utah, right? Popular place.
That's over on the Colorado border area.
It's a shame what happened to Colorado. It used to be such a beautiful state. I mean, it still is beautiful, but man, all these states are turning blue. I don't understand this. I hope Texas never. I was talking to some of my relatives, and I'm like, hey, you guys might want to visit me here in Texas before Texas becomes a country again, because I need a new passport or something. But they're like, no, we're fine here. I'm like, okay, it is what it is. You know what got me thinking about getting a cruiser bike? So, a neighbor here has, and I don't know all the Harley models. I know he has a bagger. I don't know if it's a Electra Glide. All I know is, are you guys there?
Yeah.
That's the Trump burger.
Sorry for my language, but that's badass. That's just badass.
There you go.
Anyway, so he has two bikes. He has a big bagger one, and then he has a Fat Boy. That's why, it's a Fat Boy. It's a like 90s bike. And we were talking about bikes, and he's an older gentleman. He's in his early 70s, older than me, but so we're talking, and he says, "Do you wanna take it for a spin?" I'm like, "You're gonna let me ride your bike? I just moved here." And he's like, "Yeah, man, take." So he gives me the keys, and I'm like, "Okay, I'll ride for 5 minutes. I'll just ride for 5 minutes." He's like, "You know what? Take as long as you want." Well, I don't know. I didn't know anything, the roads around here. So I rode for 5 minutes, and I come back. I'm like, wow. He's like, "You know what? Let me get my helmet. We'll go for a ride." We went for like a 2.5-hour ride. Nice. And I was like, this is so relaxing. My back doesn't hurt. I feel so good on it. And it's
like riding a chair.
Big difference, man.
Yeah. So I talked to the wife. I'm like, listen, I think I should get a bike. She's like, well, you have to make a decision. You wanted a new truck or a new bike? And then this happened with my bike. So now it's like I'm getting a new bike.
Well, did your wife ride with you whenever you were on the dual sport?
She did, but we started having kids, and she kind of decided. I don't know what happened. She just kind of said that she's, I don't want to take the risk. The whole I hate talking about this, but when the whole thing about two parents, you got to have a plan in case something happens.
Absolutely,
That's part of the reason I quit riding for probably, let's see, my daughter was born in 2009, and I probably didn't start riding until 2017.
Yeah.
18,
you got to make a choice. I mean, your family is the most important thing to you. And like you said, when you're riding double, if you're the only two providers and something happens, that's a scary thought.
Yeah, and I didn't like to think about that, but you get older and the kids are growing. You got to think about their future as well, So, and but yeah, that's how I got into. It's kind of in our blood, When we lived back in the Soviet Union, my grandfather had a motorcycle. His father had a motorcycle. My father had a motorcycle. It's kind of like you have to understand those bikes. I don't know if you know anything about Russian bikes, like I'm not Russian, by the way, but Urals, Snappers, Minks. Those bikes are terrible. So my grandfather was a Christian man, and he actually did I forgot how many years, but he was in a Siberian camp because he got caught with a New Testament, in his pocket. So the communists put him. Usually the survival rate there is like 3 years, and he came back. So down there, to buy a vehicle, for example, you wanted to buy a car, you had to be on a waiting list, and the waiting list could be 10, 15 years. So what guy did is, let's say a young guy gets married, he would buy a motorcycle with a sidecar. Well, while it's just him and his wife, he would take the sidecar away, just kind of ride like just on two wheels. Well, once the kids start popping, they got to attach the sidecar back. But those bikes, if you're going, let's say 50 miles an hour, and you ride for about 30, 40 minutes and you get off the bike, your pants are all drained in oil. I mean, they're just so, you have to work on them constantly. So I grew up with that, you know. I grew up always tinkering with my grandpa on bikes.
Yeah.
So the DRZ, the dual sport that I guess it's in shambles now, but it's kind of like, it's funny, they're still making this bike. They've been making this bike since 2000, but it's the newest old bike you can buy. It still has carbs. So my next bike, I have never had a motorcycle with fuel injection. It's new to me. I always been around, you know, carbs, working on bikes like that. So we'll see how that goes. But it was just, you know, it's kind of in the blood. We always had motorcycles. You know, I remember when I got my bike, my dad told me, and this was my last year in high school. So what, 15 years ago? Yeah. And he said, well, you can't have a motorcycle until you're out of the house. And I had a few months to graduate, you know. And so I'm like, okay, you know, and everybody, I wasn't a bad kid, but everybody, you know, how high school kids are. So I went and bought the motorcycle. And I was not 18 years old yet, but I bought the bike. No, actually, I was 18 years old. Yeah, I was 18 years old. This was in the spring, so I had a couple months until I graduated. So I bought the bike, and then I went. It was like 5 miles from my dad's house. There was a storage unit. I went and I stored the bike there for 2 months. And once I turned 18 years old, I told him, I'm like, hey, I'm out of the house, but bye, you know. And my dad was like, well, how are you gonna, you know, I was already working then. He's like, well, how are you gonna go to work? You know, you need a vehicle, all this. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. I just bought a motorcycle. He's like, you just bought a motorcycle?
You just bought one?
I'm like, well, so a couple years later down the road, I told him, I'm like, yeah, I kind of had it for, he's like, you think I'm stupid? I know. I wasn't, I did the same, basic thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so if you knew, why didn't you say it? He's like, I just want to see how far you would take it, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So am I holding up somebody? Maybe somebody else wants to get on, or?
No. I mean,
we're up on the 1 hour mark now. So, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're over our 1 hour mark, so we're good.
Well, then I won't keep you guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, good.
Don't be sorry at all.
If you're wanting to come on next week, or not next week, the week after that, I mean, everyone's welcome to come on. So if you want to
come on back on next, come on a week after this one, come on back on.
Yeah, the 20th, right? Yeah, we'll be on the 20th. So I don't know if you go on YouTube, you can. I don't know if you know what community tabs are.
I do, yeah.
So, I'll post, I just posted something saying our show is on today, so I'll, you know. I thought, well, it depends on what I'm doing. If I'm really busy, then sometimes I won't post it, but sometimes I will, you know, and put it on there and say, okay, we're going to have a show tonight. So,
well, when you subscribe to it, I was confused because I don't have a channel, but it said you have a new, you have a text, it says Texas Rider subscribe to you. I'm like, how does that work? I don't have a channel, but he subscribed to me.
Well, so if you log in, so like if you log into your Gmail account, it automatically sets up something so you can comment and stuff on YouTube, even though there's no videos on there yet or whatever. Yeah. So that way,
you have a YouTube channel. You just haven't put anything on it yet.
Yeah, it shows you have a YouTube on there, but no content on there.
Oh, so I see. So because I don't have no videos, you guys can't see anything, obviously.
Right, but I can still subscribe to you. And you can subscribe to everybody else if you wanted to. See how that works?
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, I will after we're done here in a couple minutes. I will subscribe to your channel. I like to support. You know, the only big channel that I'm subscribed to is Shade Tree. I watched some of his chopper stuff a little bit. I actually started watching him because he was doing the hair scrambler stuff mostly. He's kind of gotten away from that. Yeah. I mean, he's still a good guy. You know, everybody's different in their own way.
Yeah,
but
I started watching him doing that XS 650 chopper build.
Yeah.
I started watching him.
Yeah, I saw that too. He actually took the what, like 1,000-something mile trip, round trip or something.
Yeah, 1,200 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And but I like to support like smaller channels, compared to like Saddle Tramp. His channel is much smaller than Shade Tree, which is like what, 200,000 or something subscribers.
Yeah. It's just for
Something up
he's
there,
been
yeah.
doing that for a while.
Yeah.
I've been watching him for a while, even before I started my channel. So
Yeah, and he's supposed to have some kind of event. He talked about it, but he's gonna have the event, I think, on the 21st
Oh, is he?
to the
Okay.
23rd, and I wouldn't mind maybe driving up the. Well, first of all, I hope I have a bike by then, but if not, even driving in a car. But because I just moved here, a new job, I can't be working a couple months here and say, hey, I would like to take a couple of days off. It's just not right. I'm not that kind of
Yeah.
person, so
Okay.
got to put some time in.
Hey,
But
James,
When do you?
he reminds me of Voya.
Yeah.
of who?
There's a guy that we
a friend
ride
of
with.
ours. A friend of ours. His family came over from Serbia.
Mm.
Okay, and so they faced the same thing that you did, and he rides and his wife rides. He's in the air conditioning business, like sales and stuff like that, and his wife's a lawyer, but they both ride, and they're
That's awesome.
they're good people.
That's awesome. Well, I'll tell you where originally I'm from. I'm from Ukraine originally, but people don't understand that the Soviet Union, they had 15 different countries under them. They had Georgians, they had Armenians, which they don't look like. Oh, I'm not trying to sound weird. I'm a white European man, right? Georgians and Armenians, they don't look white. They're darker skinned. They speak a different language, and it's kind of funny. When I lived in Oregon, I was working. There was a truck driver that brought material. Well, he was from Armenia, but guess what? He did not speak any English, which in my book is a disgrace because if you come to this country, you got to learn this language.
Yep.
There's only one thing the communists did well. There's only one thing, and I will give them this credit. All these 15 different countries have their own nationality, their own languages, but guess what language they all spoke? Russian.
Russian.
So when this guy came, my boss, he's like, "Hey, there's a guy that kind of looks like you. Maybe he speaks the same language. Can you go translate?" I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about, man?" So I walk up to him, and he's talking on the phone in Armenian or something. I don't speak Armenian, And then I tried to talk to him in English, and he kind of looked at me and he says, "No, speak English."
Oh, jeez.
Like, okay, no, speak English. Then what do you talk? And he said Armenian and Russian. I'm like, well, I speak fluently Russian. It's my second language. So we started talking in Russian. But you see what I'm about?
Cool.
Because the communists, the Russians made everybody speak Russian, I was able to talk to him in Russian.
Oh, good.
So
Well,
that's the
we're
only
glad-
thing. Go
We're
ahead.
glad that you joined. We're glad that you joined the show, and we like learning new stuff, making new friends, and anytime you get to the Houston area, holler at us. If you know that you're going to be coming on here or whatever, look us up on Facebook.
Well, I think my wife has Facebook. I'll tell her either, or I'm gonna subscribe, and then you said every other weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, if I don't even come on live, I'm always gonna be in the chat. Like I said, I want to support the smaller community. I like the smaller community. You get to talk,
Sure.
Yeah.
with each other. So
Yeah, because
it's nice meeting you guys. I'm glad that you actually, you were in the chat with Saddle Tramp, and man, this is awesome. I get to meet more great people.
Meant to be, it was cool.
So what's your name? Your name is James, right?
Yeah, James. My real name is James. I just go by Texas Rider.
His name is James. Actually, Texas Rider is my son.
Oh, that's your son?
Yeah.
Actually, my name is Jim. My name is James, but I go by Jim. So,
Okay.
and you can find me Jim Sands. I'll type it in for you.
I don't have a Facebook.
Well,
Oh, you talking about in the chat? Yeah.
yeah, I'm typing in.
Well, I go by Paul.
Following week, man, and just hang out. We do have certain topics, but at the same time, dude, we just kind of hang out too and just talk.
Yeah. We talk a lot of biker stuff. We talk a lot of tech stuff.
We do cars, techs,
do reviews.
motorcycles.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. By the way, I just wanted to ask another thing before I go. Besides Whataburger, is there another like a Texan restaurant that I have to try that
Bucky's.
you guys could recommend?
Well, there's well, have you heard of Bucky's? We hooked
No.
Dwayne up. Dwayne came and visited us. Well, he had some jobs to do in Houston, and first thing we did, just like you, we say you need to try Whataburger. So he tried Whataburger. He's like, man, this is awesome.
It is.
Pisses me off because I don't have it here.
Yeah, and then we have what's called Bucky's. It's a huge gas station in Texas, like one of the biggest gas stations you'll probably ever see in Texas, or actually United States. Here in Katy, we have I think it's 110 pumps or something like that.
Yeah, it's huge.
But their food is awesome. They have great brisket there. You know, Dwayne, he's like shaking his head. He tried it. We have
their brisket.
They have a huge bakery that's really good. But I'd have to look it up to see if you have one near you in Waco.
You know, I have never seen every gas station here, especially like kind of like Love's, or I think they're called, or whatever.
Oh, yeah, the Love.
They all sell the like burritos. Like it's like going into a mini restaurant or something. It's unbelievable. It tastes really good. In Oregon down there, they don't do that kind of stuff. You got to go to a big truck stop, and they'll have like these 2-day-old hot dogs. You know, it's man, people here in Texas, they're awesome.
All right, well, that's probably about the end of our show, isn't it?
Well, nice to meet you guys. If I can say this, may God bless y'all.
Oh yes, amen, for sure.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys in a couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I'm gonna always, whenever we running the show, I always put the link in the chat just to have someone come on. And a couple of shows we've had 2 or 3 people come on and just talk and oh, I liked your show, or hey, I got this bike I ride. Is there any guys like with the knowledge that Wizard has and
Oh, what kind of dog do you have?
He's a lab mixed with a German Shepherd. Sit, Trooper. Trooper, sit. Sit. He's a bear.
Oh yeah, pretty dog.
Thank you. He's still a puppy, but he's a big boy.
We've got 2 puppies also. One of them's 10 months old. He'll be 11 months old this month. He's a white shepherd. He's right at 100 pounds. And
that's awesome.
And then we have another white shepherd. She's 4 months old, and she's about 40 pounds.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, we saved him. What happened was, actually, I didn't even name him. His name is Trooper. What happened was he actually almost died, and they brought him back. You know, the doctor saved him, or the vet saved him, and they named him Trooper. So when I adopted him, he was 8 weeks old. And I'm like, what's his name? And they're like, well, we call him Trooper, but you can call him whatever you want. I'm like, no, in honor of what you guys did, I'll just keep the name. So,
awesome. Good. All right.
So,
well, and what's your first name?
Paul.
Okay.
All
right, Paul. I'm Jim, and that's Dwayne.
James.
That's James. So
nice to
meet you, Paul.
Nice to meet you, and I'm looking forward. We will, with God willing, maybe in the springtime. Summer, we do want to visit. I know she said Galveston and some other place called Corpus something. I forgot the name.
Corpus Christi.
Yeah. I want to take
Corpus Christi for you is going to be probably about a 12-hour drive.
It's okay. I don't mind driving, but
I just let you know.
Well, the plan would be is she gets in the car and I'll get on the bike. But
there you go.
Anyway. You guys have a blessed week, and may God bless y'all. Nice meeting you.
All right,
take care.
Nice meeting you too. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out, and
here we go.
Again,
got somebody new.
Thanks for Paul, man. You're welcome to come on anytime.
Absolutely.
And that will wrap up the Texas Rider Show, episode 36. And we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Thanks
See
for
ya.
coming by.